Let's kick it off, shall we? I'll just correct my camera angle. Hello again, it's me, John Bartman. Welcome to my channel, easy to use music templates for creators, Ableton and Reaper. Today I'm in Reaper and I have successfully now managed to stream every day this week, which is just such a win for me. So thanks for being here, thanks for being a part of that. Going through a bit of a spotty patch with my upload speed, so I don't know how long the stream's going to last. I blame South Africa in general. Most of us do. But no, I love my country and the internet is quite shit. So, what are we focusing on today? This brush sound. Now, it's a loop that I've downloaded, which means it's not necessarily the greatest quality. And in case you're wondering, this is a live production session, a work stream for a 2D point-and-click game that I've been commissioned to make. What I'm trying to do now is use Reaper's media item properties stretch algorithm setting to make this sound better. I'm going to go through these one by one. I've never actually experienced all of them before. We've got a box here which says take pitch, shift time, stretch mode. I'm sure there are people who know exactly what all of this stuff does. I'm not even sure this is the correct place for it, but basically what we're looking for is a way to make this brush loop sound less like it's been stretched. So I don't actually see, I don't hear any difference between as I was changing through them there. That's better. Or is it? Am I just hearing things? Okay. That's where you hear it. Yes, I can definitely hear the difference now. So I'm flipping between these two different media items. You can see the first one has got a title of Rubber Band Library. That's the name of the algorithm. And this one over here has a title of Sound Touch. Now listen to the first two bars of the loop and you'll hear the difference. Okay, so I can definitely hear a difference there, which is good news. It means that we can work with this. Now, let's see if I can find any even better ones. No, definitely not. I'm trying to kind of fool the ear here and to make any discerning listeners wonder, has that been pitch stretched, or is it just, a bit of a grainy recording? I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm taking the loop from the tempo that it was originally recorded at, and I'm now stretching it out slightly in time. And as you know, that tends to introduce artifacts, these sounds, flutter sounds, which you don't really want. They can be used creatively, but this job specifically, I have to try and make it sound natural and as if it's an actual, drum loop. That one is a bit of a giveaway. Same with that one. I think these are versions, so I'm going to go with the latest version. Oh, and I wasn't even changing them there. So far, Rubber Band Library seems to be the one that's the best. Except for that snare loop. Let's kill the snare loop. I wonder if I can get away with this. If you're keeping an eye on the channel today, don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me what you're up to, what are you doing. I love connecting with people when I'm working. You can get away with this I think. Just don't make it a feature of the track. Just make it a little bit in the background there. That's good. Cool. Alright, here we go. Good. Now I'm not sure this is even going to be accepted. I'm just writing demos and sketches for Game Maker. And yeah, I mean, I could be completely off track. I did get a reference track for this specific one, Maids of Cadiz by Miles Davis, King of Cool. And I'm kind of emulating that quite closely, so I'm on the right track, I think. And these libraries today sound fantastic. I think the piano's just come down a little bit here. Sounds like a French horn. Miles Davis would be a trumpet, but it sounds like a French horn. Okay, let's give it a little bit of stereo imagery. Take the solo instruments. I know what happened here. I actually gave this trumpet a width of 0 because the stereo imaging was too hard. So let's put the trumpet on the right. It says left, but in my ear it's right because I've wired my headphones backwards. So left is right. There we go. Position that over there. If you listen to these streams I make in stereo, you'll get a better effect. Cool. You know what, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to do a bounce of it, just to send it to him. Yeah, it's very mellow, very gentle, so here we go. Harry Renfrew is the name of this character. And let me just show you what I'm up to here. We want to select just the time selection and today's date, which is 231020. Harry, no, I don't need caps lock. Harry Renfrew, okay. And as usual, just need the MP3. Cool. That should do that. Rendering happening now. Yes. So I'm free to move on to the next puzzle piece in this task I've got. I've got to write like 5 or 6 of these leitmotifs, character themes, and I'm giving myself basically an hour a day until I'm done, and then we'll work out what to turn to next. I've still got some boogie stuff to finish off, I think. Some Eurodance. I looked up the YouTube blog the other day. I checked out what's going on YouTube. They got this trends section, and it's like Eurodance. Someone made a hit, with Eurodance. I'm like, cool, I've written some Eurodance. Let's dust it off and jump on the bandwagon. So you might see some Eurodance type stuff coming out, which really does suit my cheesy vibe. Like everything I do now, that's not commissions like this. It's just cheese. It's just pure feta. And I really love it. I love having the time to do this and the space in between all the busyness of life. So I'm sure you can relate. Don't forget to leave a comment if you're stopping by. I'd love to explain what I'm up to. If you're into music production, maybe I can help out. Okay. So on to the next chapter of this sad and lonely stream, which is... I'm going to save this project as the next character name, which I've just quickly got to find out. I'm going to share this with you too, because I want you to see how I do this. Okay, we got a whiteboard called Miro. Miro is the service, and this is where we share our musical feedback. So. Anna, I've already kind of done a demo. Harry Renfrew, we just exported that now. Ingrid van der Berg, I'm going to come back to. Lord Cardigan, I've done. Victor Belmont, I use nice space. There it is, yeah. Victor Belmont, I didn't get a clear idea of who this chap was. I'm going to play this. You probably won't hear it, which is by design. I don't want to get flagged for YouTube by YouTube. So I'm just listening to this in the background now. We've got the tune by John Williams for Harry Potter called Gilderoy Lockhart. Belmont's a bit into himself, a bit of a buffoon. An orchestral feel since he's old school. So that's my brief for this. Belmont is a bit of a buffoon, quite vain, and also old-fashioned. So I've got this reference track to work off now, and the first thing I hear is that the instrumentation is similar to what I've been working with so far. So let's check that out. I don't need this for now. And it is also a straight, Victor Belmont here. Cool. So what's happening in that Harry Potter tune that I just heard, and you didn't, is that the entire orchestra, it sounds like strings and winds and everything, is playing the same melody. So it's very much just a melody-driven piece, a melody-driven leitmotif. So let's begin with that as a format. I'm going to now delete things that don't belong into this feel. Okay, I'm going to delete. It was very much, it was a string sounding piece. So let's start with strings, and I should be able to just play these now. Where are my strings at, yo? Okay, playing, up. It's reading the MIDI, but not making it to the contact instrument. Why is that? Let's open up the contact instrument. Oh, the volume was down. Actually, the expression knob was down. So now you should hear strings playing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Cool. Let's kill the browser. I'll stick that on the right just so we can keep an eye on it. Okay, what are we doing? We are coming up with a quirky melody. I can delete all of that stuff now. And while I'm at it, I am also going to just optimize my workspace here. Reaper has a very nice tool called Track Manager, which allows you to take a look at what's on your screen and delete anything that you don't see as useful. So all of these, which are simply volume channels, I'm going to remove. That means I have access to, for example, the flute channel. Let's just solo that out. So you can hear I'm playing a flute, but I don't actually need to see the output channel for that. I can just trust, I can just have faith, basically. Okay, let's go, kids. So I'm going to put the winds down at the bottom and make them a little bit, let's make them kind of yellow. No, let's make them pink. Cool, winds are pink. These two, Forzo and Forzo Solo, I'm going to play with for this piece, definitely. And let's just get into some string melody here. So it's, now this package that I've got, String Ensemble, has got, it's pretty limited in terms of its articulations. It's basically just got sustain, consort, tremolo, trills, and harmonics, which is nice. Staccato and spiccato. The closest one we've got based on what I'm trying to do here is spiccato, so let's go with that, and this is the type of sound we're going for. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, good. Let's do a 4. It's funny, I'm playing this progression here down from a D to a B flat to a G flat, and that's the exact same one I used for the other theme, Harry Renfrew's theme. It's one of the trumpet lines, I think, or bassoon line. So we've got a synergy there, a little hidden thing. Okay. It's odd. It's very odd, and that might suit this character quite well. Okay. Well, that's something. Let's start with that. Doesn't necessarily have to be the final piece. So first thing, get the tap going with this button over here. Da, da. Dun 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 dun. Let's take it down a bit. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba ba bum bum bum. Do dun da da. Turn practice run. 1 2 record. No. Take off repeat. No. Keep it regular. What I'm thinking of is Hungarian dance number 5. Maybe a bit exotic, but anyway, let's try again. Okay, well, let's have that as an opening passage. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get that as an opening passage. 1 2 3. Okay, not bad. Just a little bit of improv there. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. I've lost a little bit of power in the velocity. I'm going to just max out the velocity for now. Save this as Harry Renfrew. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Clearly that should be a little bit forward in time, so let's take that up. Okay, slight edits, slight improvements, as we go. Okay, we're going to quantize this to 1/16, and let's take it from the top. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Right, it's a little bit of a military sound, which I think might work actually better for Colonel Bast. More stately government than military. No, it's not going to work better. I was just reading the client brief on one of the other characters, Colonel Bast, who is a little bit more military, and this sounds military, but it doesn't sound pompous enough. Like for the British anthem, God Save the Queen. That's quite an easy trope to imitate, and this is not the direction that we're going in right now. So I'm going to stick with this. This is going to continue to be Victor Belmont's theme. It's quite cool. I mean, they've actually finished the artwork for most of these characters. So I've seen pictures of these characters' faces, and Victor Belmont looks almost like a butler, but like built like a linebacker, like a line butler. He looks like a line butler, and he's got the suit on, and he's impeccably dressed and well mannered. But I think the idea is that it's a little bit of comic debunking, because my client mentioned that we've got to turn him into a bit of a buffoon, and that's why this music is starting to take on this sound. Now, nothing says buffoon more than the tuba. Tuba is the sound of the buffoon. So let's get open my new friend, Forzo, which is a very nice sounding brass library. And let's kill the strings for now, we'll come back to that. And we're just going to try and create a counter melody now, some kind of like complement. In order to do that, I need to just select the right patch. So let's get the patch browser over here. One horn, 12. Okay, so we don't want one horns, we want, oops, where is, oh, I know where I'm going wrong. There's a selection, there is a selection of these in the browser. I'm going to just find it in my audio libraries real quick. And that is going to be down here under Forzo. Instruments, traditional, okay. Tubas, there we go. Let's import tubas into the sampler and take a listen to that. If you just tuned in, or if you just happen to drop the needle on this point, what I'm doing is making some adventure music for character themes for a 2D point-and-click adventure game. No idea when it's coming out, can't share all the details, but it's the work is on track, the artwork is done. And I do these music streams on my YouTube channel to help other musicians connect with people, and because it's fun. I do have a Patreon page. If you want to support, what you get is template downloads. So I make cool music and then I release all of them as sort of music, adjustable music files, template files for Ableton and Reaper. So if you're into Ableton and you like that kind of thing, you want to remix other people's work, go check out what's on offer at my Patreon page, which you can see in the link in the description on my channel. Also, there is some free stuff. I push it quite heavy, and I just added a new pack today to the free stuff download, which is the Aphex Twin sound from the 90s. Most of what I do is from the 90s. So if you're into like taking old 90s tunes that have been, reverse engineered, sound alikes, then and remixing them and doing your own thing with them, go check out the link in the description for the free stuff and screw around with it. Let me know what you come up with. I always love hearing what people do with my music. My music's been featured in like quite a few productions, like thousands of podcasts and stuff like that, but also like a couple of films. And I've as a side thing for the last sort of 20 years, I've been producing music on computers starting back in Reason 3, I think. And I've come quite a ways, and I've got like, a lot of value to offer those who are into making music. So if you see what I'm doing and you like it, then share it with your mates, and thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Cool. Let us do... There we go. That's what we're after now. I'm going to take this close. Let's mute the room and the hall sound. There we go. So slowly we're getting there. Problem is panning. We've got this thing panned too far to one side, and I think it's because I panned it back here, back in the day. Let's take off the panning for that and just open it up again. There it is. Cool. Now, no, it's still panned. What's up with that? Okay, so the actual instrument itself is playing it back only on the one side, which is confusing to me. Oh, it's doing a sample purge. That's not good. Let's try and solo this out. No. Okay, so I've got a problem with panning, but for now, let's just keep pushing ahead with it. I've also got a problem with the size of this GUI. It's kind of getting in the way. Let me just yank that there for now, and I'll move my work focus over to the other side over here. Okay. Where's that? There's a cool feature which I haven't started using in Reaper. It allows you to find your place quite easily, like an overview panel. Alright. Sorry about all this faffing. I'm just really kind of trying to figure out why it's not... Okay, whatever. Next thing up is the sustain, the articulation mode, and what we're actually going for here is a staccato sound. I'm also editing the wrong one. Oops. Good. Now let's. I see. I was editing the wrong one. There are two instances of Forzo. I'm actually going to delete the second one. I don't need confusion in my life right now. And we've got a staccato, but it sounds quite far away, right? It sounds like it's in a big room. And we don't need that, so we're going to mute room and hall. And you notice now it starts to pan poorly, which means that they've actually either recorded these samples, haven't panned them, or they've panned them in this patch somewhere, and I have to try and find out where that is. Okay, I'm going to pump the volume up. That's about as loud as I can get it. Okay. Now, just for the simplicity of it, I'm going to duplicate this MIDI into that Forzo brass patch. And let's also take that up to the top. And I'm going to delete this Orchestra Lite instance. So now we've just got Orchestra Lite and Forzo. Good. And we can also just minimize that all. Okay. Cineperk, the percussion sounds, I'll come back to that later. The winds, yeah, I don't need it. So I'm just trying to get claim back a bit of screen real estate here. Okay. It's a bit out of sync, eh? I've got a half a bar lead on the Forzo. Okay. Definitely buffoon. Oof, that's very loud though, isn't it? Definitely buffoon territory. Okay, so it doesn't work, and the one reason it doesn't work is because when you do a note-for-note duplication of a sound like this, you tend to sound like you've just copy-pasted, and that's not the goal here. The goal is to sound like it's been crafted, to make it sound very musical. So, got about 20 minutes left for the stream, and what I'm going to do now is try and create some pompous music, like for this linebacker butler character, but at the same time not make it sound a bit too, sort of cheesy, make it sound a bit crafted. So, I don't think I must do the copy-paste method at all. Let's try the other method, which is treating this as a bass instrument, so something like this. Lower? Doesn't have a lower. Doesn't have a lower. Okay. So I'm at the limit of my... I can also maybe change the articulation here, but let's see. Yeah, I'm having trouble actually hearing. Okay. Okay. Let's try again. What is portato? That sounds a lot better to me, huh? What do you think? Drop a comment, let me know. Okay, let's try that. We'll go with that. 2, 3, so. That's not right, but dun 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 ba ba. Okay, let's try this. And then we'll have to change the articulation there at the end to get it sounding right. So we're up at F sharp 6, I think, is the articulation changing. There we go, cool. So we're going to start with potato, and then we're going to potato salad, haha. And then we're going to change to, okay, so first record that. Just recorded the actual potato articulation. And then when we get over here, oops, we want to group that, and let's just take it up a level, lose the mixer, and add the F sharp natural where it belongs, which I think is like that. Okay, let's try that. The velocity is too widespread. In other words, it can go too loud and too soft. What we're looking for here is, what is IntelliVoice? What we're looking for is a less of a velocity range. So I'm going to just smooth that out a little bit, and you could do it using this section over here. When you pull down any one of these handles, it's going to pull down all of its siblings kind of in proportion. So you can let go up there and then get the similar sounding proportion by dragging them all down at the same time. Okay. Next up, I want to glue these. Let's just glue these guys together. And then also just do some more articulation changes. That's where it should the patch should sound like it's changing more often. So I can do these recordings, but first I must just set to MIDI record. Okay. Okay, let's try this. There are other articulations we can use. So for example, we're not going to need this one here, which is PPP sustain, like very soft sustain, pianissimo. What we're going to need is these extended, these atonal, no, none of that. Just a normal sustain, not a long sustain, just a normal sustain. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So let's add long sustain with articulation number 6. So we can go between these different articulations. What I've got is my hand on the keyboard up on the high end of the keyboard here. I'm key switching between articulations. So. Not long sustain, and not PPP sustain. See, that doesn't sound like a long sustain to me. Maybe it's because I haven't actually edited the note. The note itself is not long. Swell might be better, or crescendo might be better. Let's try that. Top again. We need this marker to be here so that I can skip back to it. Boom. Looping that whole section, thank you. Up to an A sharp 6. It's a fixed length sustain, so actually that's not going to work either. but we could actually possibly employ the mod wheel here to get some swell-like behavior. So let's try that out. Da, 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 da. And while we're at it, I'm just going to add a articulation at the top there to reset it when it hits the right note. Too high, so the effect that I'm going for is not actually working. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try, just leave it as it is. Then that might work. Just stay on portato with one long note. Okay. Okay, good. Let's see if I can actually increase the view of this. We don't need velocity anymore, so let's decrease that. Yeah, I will figure out a way to make this more visually attractive. Like right now, it would be cool if I could show you this stuff in detail. It seems like a little bit small maybe for a mobile screen, but yeah, so these MIDI notes over here, I'm editing them for the brass sound, so because I'm writing a character theme for a 2D point-and-click adventure game. And this guy's a bit stately, but he's also a bit of a buffoon, this character who I'm writing this for. So I've employed the trumpet because it's a good option for this type of feeling. And I'm just having a bit of trouble getting the trumpet line, or the trombone, the tuba line to gel nicely, basically. For starters, it's not very loud, like you can probably hardly hear. That's a bit better. Let's get back up to portato there, which I think is F# 6, which is what I'm doing now. I'm adding that articulation, and I'm just going to move it over. Let's listen to the whole passage again. Very nice sounding Hans Zimmer vibes there. Okay. Full width. Alright. Almost at the end of today's stream, but I think we've made a bit of progress. We kind of cracked the back of it. Now it's a matter of finding out which other instruments are appropriate for this sound that I'm going for. And yeah, starting to layer them up, making the best we can. Why don't we screw around with Cineperk for a while? I'm usually quite diligent, but I just feel like screwing around now. Okay, Cineperk is a percussive library, and it's currently got congas and woodwinds, congas and finger cymbals, but not really what I'm after because that was just used for the previous project. So now we're going to take it to the next level, and that is orchestral percussion. Timpani. I feel like all of these are appropriate, but I don't know about... have I got a timpani template set up? No, I've got taiko and Cineperk. It's in its entirety, which is huge. Let's not use that. Let's just go with timpani medium mallets and see what kind of results we get. Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing these streams. I've done one a day for the last 5 days now. I'm going to just keep on pushing it. There's no shortage of music to be written. Definitely got... okay, so... okay, now timpani is very expressive. It denotes warfare. It sounds like a warfare instrument. Let us maybe just not use that, because my concern is that he comes across as too aggressive, whereas what we're trying to do is paint a picture of a pompous fool, a buffoon. This says bass drum. Maybe that's a bit better. So you can take these brass sounds down. It sounds like this needs some editing. Definitely, that is not supposed to be there. There's a missing B. I've just noticed that the sound of the tubas are actually probably the wrong notes. I've got this section here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try to change that to G. Okay, I see what's going on here. Dun, dun. Just take it down 2 octaves. Okay, I can't actually hear it again, so I'm gonna have to do this by editing MIDI. Dun, 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 dun. Down 2, so it's dun, 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 dun. I can't quite get this right. Dun, 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 dun. How about we outsource some of this big brass sound to another instrument? Ba, ba, ba. And this, I can hear it in the keys are wrong too. Dun, dun. There's a mistake there. There's also solo. Aha, there, I can hear it there. This is sounding worse and worse the more I listen to it. That's definitely right. These two aren't the same. it's cheeky to have that kind of chromaticism. Breaks the sort of orchestral rules. Ding, 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 ding. Just go double L. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now and head back to the brass, see if we can make these two play nicely. Here we go. I can't really understand why this patch is so quiet. Ah, the dynamics. Here we go. Up to an F, E flat, D. There we go. Good, and then we just need to staccato-fy that. Staccatofication. That's where we need to is lengthen these out. Top. Aha. Worked out how to make it look bigger. Harder. No. There's a key switch up here which I don't want. Mute that. Bum, bum, bum. And we can bring it back in here. Bum, 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 ba. Go. That's fine. Good, bro. Well done, everybody. Everybody involved in the stream. I much appreciate it. If you just stop by, I'm writing music for a 2D action game, or an adventure game at least, point and click, set in the 1930s, and this is for a character who's a bit of a buffoon. What do you do when you need buffoon music? You go to the tuba. So I've got a tuba ensemble set up, and I'm trying to get it to play nicely with some strings. The reference track here is a John Williams track from Harry Potter. So I'm basically emulating that for this game. Here we are so far. Let's play some drums. These all sound like. Your Cineperk, this library, Cineperk, is just way beyond my pay grade. Like, they've recorded stuff in such detail. I'm never going to hear it on these cans, and I'm never going to hear it on this monitor system. But I know that there's such richness and depth in this stuff. It's great. It's really one of the best. Oh, that's nice. It's like, these are low frequency things. You probably can't hear them, but create such nice suspense there. So all we need now is a simple not sure that these drums are what we're looking for. They're a bit too militant. If we're going to use the aggression of these drums, we need to make the foolishness, the buffoonery more explicit. So double down on the role that the tuba plays in bringing out that silliness. Let's see if I'm just going to play around with the current instruments that I've got here. Got a bass guitar or a double bass. It's funny when you're playing different sounds on a keyboard. If you just stop by, drop a comment and let me know what you're up to today. I love connecting with other musos and people who are interested in composition. I've got about 10 minutes left on the stream, and fortunately we made it through the bad weather of internet connectivity, which can get quite disabling here in South Africa. But yeah, thanks for stopping by if you did. No, definitely not the right instrument. Let's keep looking. Got the piano here. So let's try to keep it with that original thing of like a single line melody. So how about this? I like this thing. It sounds like the piano just needs a bit of a timbre change. I don't really like the sound of it. I think I just turned it down because I was playing it earlier and I could make it a harder sound, yeah. And open the lid. There we go, much louder, harder, brighter. It's almost like a strict drill instructor or a, not really military, but so I've got to practice this. Okay, just don't be ambitious. Okay, cool. So it's actually this. That's it, yeah. Let's just get that done. Okay, let's try that. Click on, record. Just turn the click off. Click on. No, I'm not hearing the click. I've got to just do it like that. And record. 2, 3, 4. I think it's going to take some work to get that second part done. Let's Let's also get the velocity sorted. We want this to be very much in the same range. It's also way too much in the foreground. I need to take this back, so space a lot, but smaller and closer. Dun, dun, dun. Let's just do that, the straight one, no nothing fancy. Here we go. Not the just messed up the last part, but you got the idea. Let's listen to the strings again. Dun, 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 dun. It feels like it should be din dun 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 din da 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 dun 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 and da 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 da. There we go. Da da up to the E flat, correct. Beautiful. Now it should sound better with the keyboard. Okay, and I'm going to mute the trombone for now, so we don't need that trumpet. Just Forza, which is the tuba. I'm going to put the strings, yeah, it's actually even there. Just re-record this piano part, and then I'm going to be done for the day. I'll love and leave you. Da, da. Record. I can actually just hear the song progressing. There we go. Very good, very good. I just need to fix up a bit of this stuff because it seems like I've over-recorded, I've overdubbed instead of replacing. I know what's gone wrong. We have oops. There we go. That's it. Okay, so that tuba definitely needs work. It's just a little bit too overbearing, but we've got a something here. A start, at least, something for this character from the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's stream. Thanks very much if you stopped by. As you might have guessed, my name is John Bartman, and I make easy-to-use music templates for other producers, for people into Ableton and Reaper. So stop by the stream. I've streamed every day for the last 5 days now, which is quite an accomplishment. So I'm going to be doing an hour a day at about this time, like 2 p.m. British time, 2 p.m. UTC. That's the goal, at least. And I'm going to be showing you how to use Reaper to make your own music, but also just basically getting on with the work that I get on with, which is providing templates to people and doing game commissions and that kind of thing. So cool. Thanks for stopping by if you did, and I will catch you at the next one. Peace out. Have a good weekend. Don't do anything silly. Or if you're going to do something silly, then don't be too reckless. Nice to chat. See you guys soon.